Welcome, 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 welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Okay, my things you said, what's up? So, what's going on, everybody? How is everything? How are you? How's life treating you? I see somebody's on here, whoever you are. I appreciate you showing up. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, today we are, let me see, are we on? Yeah, I think so. We are going to be talking about a book that I've read some years ago, but radically changed my life. When I say changed my life, I mean radically changed the way that I think about things. As being a life coach and a philosopher and a thinker and a advisor and a consigliere to most, one of the things that I do a lot of is I love to read. Most of you, or some of you, know me as being the guy that usually reads about a book a day. I haven't been able to do that lately because I'm kind of doing this and doing other things or whatever. But I try to, hey, what's going on, Jerry Bear? I try to get a book in at least, I try to get in at least three a week. You know, that's my objective to try to get in at least, I would say at least 2 to 3 books a week. And that sucks kind of for me because I'm going from a guy who reads a book a day to reading just 2 to 3 a week. And so I feel kind of like yikes. Right. I have this actually this thing. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know if can I find it? So I have this thing on my phone. I don't know if it'll let me do it or not, but I have this app on my phone and it's called Book of the Month Club. And hey, what's going on, Anya, Jer Bear, Mr. Dady? How you guys doing? But I got this app on my phone. I don't think it's gonna let me do it now, but it's called let me go into my books. See if I can let's see if I can mirror my phone. Actually, there it is. Hold on. All right, give me a second. But I have this I got this app on my phone. Okay, hey, what's going on, Renita? All right, thank you, dear. Okay, and let me go into it. Let me see if I can find it right quick. Doing good at keeping your word. All right, that's what I like to hear, kind sir. Thank you. What it says, lock your phone to connect. All right, man, there it is. Okay, so apparently I have to have my phone locked. Let me show this to you guys right quick. All right, so screen share, window. Okay. So I'm gonna mirror my phone right quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Did you guys see this? So this is an app that I have, and it's called Book of the Month. And this is a really fun app. What it does is it you buy it's a subscription service where they'll send you one book a month uh, with your prescription subscription where you can buy like order any of these like physical books. They also now have audio books too or whatever, but I always get a physical book and you get it and see they also have those two, but I usually do hardcover and you just kind of go through and just kind of pick whatever books you want. But you can actually pick up to 5 books. So I'll usually spend about just on this app alone, I'll spend probably 60, close to 70 books per month on buying books from here, like every single month, right? And the reason why I'm talking to you guys about this, let me shut my window out and get out of there, is today we're going to be talking about a book called The Richest Man in Babylon by a gentleman by the name of George S. Clausen. And like I said, this book literally changed the way that I look at everything, especially when it comes to money. Jerry, I know that you had talked about um, us probably talking about money at some point or finances at some point. So I really wanted to get into that. Jessica knows about, give me 1 second. Okay. Um, Jessica knows about this too, or whatever, because we've talked about this a lot over the past few years, actually. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how are you able to save money the way that you do? How are you able to spend to buy what you want for the most part, to consistently always have money or whatever, whether you spend it or not is irrelevant, but you still have it. And one of the things that I tell people honestly is that I'm not. Here's the thing: I'm frugal up to a point. I'm one of those guys. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm one of those guys. Acorn, yeah, acorn. I'm one of those guys that I personally like knowing that I don't have to worry about um I like knowing that I don't have to worry about payday. I don't like thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Matter of fact, I don't like thinking about money at all for the most part. Like if I don't have to think about it, I don't want to. And I'm just being honest with you. I don't like thinking about it. Some of y'all might. I don't. I don't at all. Charlie Munger. I know some of you guys don't know who he is, but he was what's his name? Warren Buffett's business partner. He passed about a year or so ago, but he said that everybody should be trying to get their future days paid for. And once I understood that concept, it was off to the races for me. Okay, it was it was off to the races for me. But I want to show you guys something right quick. What? How they went in? Stupid. I want to show you guys something. And again, I'm not trying to be a braggart by no means, but one of the things that I'm always telling people is that I don't like it when somebody tells you to do something and then okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, 189. When somebody tells y'all to go do something, but then they don't actually do what they're talking about doing, that shit drives me crazy. I don't know about y'all, but that really annoys the shit out of me. So I want to show this to you guys before we really jump in. Hold on 1 second. This is probably the last thing. Okay, I want to show you guys this. Sorry. So that is my Acorns account that I have. And so Acorn, and again, I don't make any money off of this. I'm just showing this to you. So they take like a little bit of like whatever change you have and they'll put it towards certain investments or whatever. So you'll get to pick some of the investments that you use, but there's a lot of different things you can use this particular account thing for, right? I use it specifically to hold for Christmas. So right now I have $1,200 in there. I usually put an extra $200 in there per on the 15th of every month. I'll just put a $200 in there and I just leave it alone. So the only time I take money out of this is during Christmas. So December 1st, I will actually pull out about $2,000, and that's what I'll spend for Christmas. Now, why do I do that? Because most people are broke as shit during Christmas. Am I right? Am I wrong? Right? So, and everybody's always broke. You know, always scrounging around for this, scrounging around for that. I never have to worry about that or think about that because I save way beforehand. I started saving this in December, right? So by the time December rolls around, there'll be about $2,600 in this account. I will take out 2,000, keep 600 and some dollars in there, or probably more, uh, because it's in the stock market type stuff. But that's what I do. Now, again, the reason why I'm telling you this is because everything I'm about to show you tonight is the reason why I started doing it. Okay. So if you guys don't mind, we'll just kind of jump in. Hold on one second. Let me get out of here. Sorry about that. But I like I said before, I wanted to show you guys kind of what that was, mainly because a lot of times, like I said, I don't like it when I'm sitting there looking at somebody's stuff and I can't really see what they're talking about, or they can't show me what they're talking about, right? And again, it's only $1,200, and that is not much. But again, that's what that compounding does. So by the end of the year, there'll probably be closer to 3, 4,000 in there. I just like to say 2,000 just in general, right? But I'll still take out 2 grand for Christmas gifts, and that's what I'll spend for Christmas gifts. Okay, maybe a little bit more, but for the most part, it's around $2,000. That's it. Okay, so again, what we're going to be talking about tonight is the reason why I do this. Okay. And Chris, please make sure that you pay attention to what I'm talking about. Because, dude, living with Anya, man, that woman is she's going to run you ragged, sir. My little buddy is going to run you ragged. Hold on one sec. Let me, sorry about this. Let me copy. Sorry about this, guys. Give me one sec. Let me clear this thing out so I can. Hold on. Paste. All right, there we go. Okay, so Mr. Jerry Bear said that he's already doing pretty well at keeping his word. How about everybody else? How are you guys doing? Oh, okay. Shit, Chris is getting cleaned up right now. Wonderful. I love it. Hold on one sec. Sorry. Every time I go out of Facebook, it resets me and all that good stuff. Anyway, okay, I'm listening from the tub up. Thank you, ma'am. She is so funny. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Tamiko? What was the question again? I don't think I. Oh, so I've been asking everybody. So on the 15th, Tamiko, welcome. Tamiko, everybody say hello. Um, on the 15th of, well, what would have been some time ago, 12 days ago, everybody decided to take a personal commitment to keeping their word. Most people don't keep their word to themselves, let alone to anybody else. Okay. So what I propose is that, and it's not really a challenge, it's more of a life commitment to not only you keeping your word to yourself first, but you keeping your word to everybody else second. Okay? Because if your word don't mean anything to you, it surely ain't gonna mean anything to nobody else. Okay? So my question was, and Jerry had already answered it, was how is it that everybody's keeping their word? How you guys doing with that? Have you been keeping your word? And how's that going? So like, yeah, I'm just that's kind of what we talk about here. That's kind of what we talk about here. So just in case, if you like to commit to this as well, you are more than welcome. We welcome you with open arms. Okay, just throwing that out there. And for those of you who are already knowing exactly what's coming, you already know what we expect. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a good old fashioned Axe Fearless round of applause. We do this every night, people. We do this for a few reasons. For a few reasons. Hey, what's up, Rita? One of the reasons why we clap for ourselves is because number one, we clap because we showed up. Because most people won't even do that. Number two, we clap because if you don't clap for you, nobody else will either. Okay. And then the other reason why we clap is that it also allows other people to you're giving permission for other people to clap for you too. Okay, hey, what's going on, Jennifer? Right. So that's the reason why we clap. We clap for a multitude of reasons, but we still do it, and we clap for each other as well. Because we are a little ragtag community or whatever that's hell bent on bettering ourselves one way or the other. Okay. All right. So so let's kind of jump in here. Hey, what's going on? Okay, so I think we already did that. And today is 67 days of our live um, coaching, building, and Q&A. That's the other reason why we're clapping too, because we've been, I one day I sat down and I said, man, I really want to start doing this coaching thing. I've been a coach for about 23 years and I haven't done a lot with it. I've been wanting to do videos. I'm like, nah, I'll record a bunch of stuff and then I don't do it. So now I just said, F it, and then just kind of shot my shot. And we've been doing this for 67 nights straight. We have 33 more to go. Um, Hold on, y'all. What did Miss Tamiko say? She said, yes, this is great because I've been keeping my word. I am on week 5 with exercising 6 days a week. And you're right. I haven't made it a big deal with other people because I'm making sure I'm keeping my word as a continual lifestyle enhancement, correct? Health is wealth. So I like this conversation. This is what we talk about on a consistent basis. And we welcome you. Thank you. Um, excuse me. So today, I'm sorry, give me a second. Sorry, man, I had to clear my throat. Sorry about that. Doing that all in y'all ear. Um, so tonight we are talking about one of my favorite books. And yeah, and congratulations to you on that, Tamiko. That's beautiful. And that's literally one of the things that we started doing as well. Not well with the exercising thing too. That's impressive. You're doing yours 6 days a week or whatever. Uh, we were like, hell, just start off at 3. Anything else on top of that is like icing on the cake. But start here and just work your way up. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that I'm on week 5, right? But sometimes what happens is, and again, let me back up. I am a certified life coach. I've been coaching for about 23 years in general. So when it comes to our dreams, goals, aspirations, and problems, I'm usually the guy that helps people kind of solve a lot of these things. So I love your zest for health as well. For me, obviously it is. Um, for us, what we did was some of us like we want to exercise, but heck, if we could do it 7 days a week, that'd be great. but we know that it's not really idealistic for something that's going to be that long term change. But I know for a fact that we can at least do it for 2 to 3 days per week. You see what I'm saying? So, and again, somebody else may come along and say, no, no, do it every day. I'm just telling you that that's not necessarily realistic. Not for us. For us, we say 2 to 3 days, no matter what. We can do that. You can go out and go walk to the mailbox, walk back home. You see what I'm saying? So everything that we do, we want to make sure that we're going to be successful at it long term, not short term, long term. So when you say 6 days, shit, okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Me personally, I'm good, but I will watch and clap from afar. You know what I'm saying? I will do good job there or whatever. But we want to make sure that everything that we do not only has purpose, but it has that thing that even if you're not feeling good, Tamiko, which it happens. Some people get sick. 6 days. And what happens if you're down for 2 weeks? You see what I'm saying? So again, one of the other things that we do as well is we don't criticize nobody's goals or dreams or nothing. We ain't doing that. But we do want to make sure that everything that we do is on the right step, on the right fetch. So then when we go out to accomplish these things, we're gonna knock it out of the park every single time. No excuses. See what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But I do commend you. That's amazing. I love it. There it is. All right. So tonight we're gonna talk about on season 7, episode 67, lessons from the richest man in Babylon. Like one of the things that I just told you guys, uh, this book literally changed the way that I not only look at money, but the way that I look at success in general. As being a guy that you know me, I read damn near a book a day. Where I did jogging, jogging in place, so I don't get too. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I feel you. No. Don't apologize. Hey, we love. Hey, the devil's in the details here. We love it. Give us the details. We love the details. Love the details. I love the deets. Now I love that. Yeah. Okay. Um. So the richest man in Babylon is one of those books that literally changed my life or whatever. In a little bit, I'm gonna show you guys why. But let's kind of jump into it. So, Tamiko, here's the thing: you are new to what we have going on, and for those of you who are watching and you don't say anything, that's quite fine. There is 100 million other YouTube channels that would probably love just the viewership from you. So you should probably go there. We'll wait for a little bit. See, you're thinking that I need your views. You're thinking that I want you to subscribe. I don't give a shit whether you do or not because I'm good at what I do. So I don't have to beg you to stay here for it. Matter of fact, everybody in this little ragtag group of individuals could tell you that we are very proficient at what we do, right? And but if you're here, we ask that you do a couple things. Number one, that you be willing to learn something. Okay. Take some accountability, responsibility, ownership for your past mistakes and the ones that you're gonna make. Because none of us are perfect. Okay. But if that's not what you want to do, if you like to make excuses and justifications and alibis for your shortcomings, then this probably isn't for you. Here we get deep. We talk about our dreams, goals, aspirations, problems, setbacks. We go deep around here. So if you like a superfluous type of conversation, this isn't for you. Okay? But if you want to learn something, want to take some accountability, if you want to be around people that will accept you for exactly who and what you are, but encourage you to do better, pull up a chair and welcome to Ags Fearless. How's that, Jerry Bear? Was that a good one? I think that was a good one. All right, so please, because I am a coach, a trainer, and whatever else I am, and whatever else I do, please grab yourself a pen pad or whatever you need to focus. Grab some snacks, a blanket, snuggie, charger, or reading glasses. I don't know what you need to do, but go get some shit because I'm about to drop bars. Tamiko's like, dude, what did I just walk into? Please understand, ladies and gentlemen, everything that we do is about repetition. Repetition is key. Anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, or understanding revolves around this one word, which is repetition. It has to be repetitive. What's up, Rebecca? What's up, sis? Goddamn. Hey, ring a bell when you walk in here. I didn't even know you were here, dear. All right, hold on. Sorry. But, Tamiko, if you're still with us, I don't know if you are or not. Here's the thing. Hold on, I gotta get our stuff going. There it is. You hear those boos, Tamiko? Let me explain to you what those are. Those boos are the people that have these goals and aspirations and problems, and they ain't gonna do nothing with them. Those are those people that say, I want to write a book, but they ain't gonna write it. Those are those people who say, I want to work out 6 days a week for 30 minutes, but don't even get up off the couch because they have an excuse. These are for those people that say that, you know what, I want to save money, but oh, I need that Birkin bag though. It's fake as fuck, don't trip, but they still want it. Those are those people that say, I want to read a book a day, and that's not what they gonna do, right? But as your coach, as hopefully as the foundation of everything that we're gonna build together, I'm only asking you guys to give me 2 words to motivate me, to inspire me, to want to give you this information. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from the depths of hell, from the ceiling fan of heaven, can I get my hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get my hell yeah? There it is. Wonderful. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Jer Bear. Look at my people. I'm loving it. I'm gonna shut this off. This is annoying. Sorry. Good God. Thank you, Tamiko. Look at you. Look at her, y'all. Give her a round of applause. Give her a round of applause. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, I didn't see is Jennifer still with us? Is Jennifer still here? I don't know. I know Renita is at work right now, y'all. So she's gonna be around when she can be. But hey, we should just still say what's up to Renita because I think she's still listening. Thank you. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and Tamiko being our guest tonight. Here's the thing, I'm only here to help. Coaching only works if you're asking me questions. Okay. Every presentation I've created, which is 67 now, every one of these things are cookie cutter, which means I take stuff out, I add stuff in. I take stuff out, I add stuff in. The way that this coaching program works is if you're asking me questions. Okay. Oh, she has 3 7-year-olds, so I doubt she can concentrate well. Okay. I don't know what that means. Did I not read something? Okay. Hey, tell me what's going on with that, Rebecca. I don't know. Am I missing something? All right. So, or maybe she has 3 7-year-olds. I don't know. But either way, I'm only here to help. Okay. That's what I'm here to do. Right. So take the help or not. Either way, I have the stuff. You want the stuff. That's how that works. Oh, she has 3. Okay, she has her kid plus shorts. Okay, perfect. I got you. I got you. I got you. Now I'm understanding. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. All right, guys. So, word of the week. Yes, one of my favorite segments. And again, I gotta get that mixing board so we can just hit the little thing or whatever. Anyway, so word of the week is discipline. The word discipline, Tamiko, or anybody else is walking in here, the word actually means by definition, or at least the etymology of the word, it means to learn, to be knowledgeable, and to be informative. That's all it means. All the extra shit that comes along with it is stuff that we've attributed to that word. But the word itself just means to learn something. Now, my definition of discipline means that discipline is doing something that you don't want to do, but you do it anyway because it has to get done. Okay? That's literally what it is. That's what the simple word means. But we always think that it means something more, but it doesn't. There you go. So at its core, discipline is self-respect in motion. Now, our daily dose of discipline is our synonym and our antonym. Our synonym means the same word or a word that's like discipline, which is training, ongoing practice in developing our skills and our behavior. The opposite of discipline would be disorder, a lack of system, structure, or predictability. That one word right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why most of us will never get what we want in life. Because our system, because of a lack of system, structure, and predictability. If Tamiko were to work out every day like that, she's going to have all kinds of changes happen, good and bad, but mostly good, right? But it's because of that system that she's creating to be able to do that. Y'all see what I'm saying? All right, so let's run. And I see Tamiko is also on YouTube. Man, this woman's everywhere watching us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you much. All right, we do this every night at 8:30 at night. This is what we do. All right, so without further ado, this is what we're going to be working on tonight or talking about is the lessons from The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clawson. All right, so fun fact number one, it's based on Babylonian wisdom from about 4,000 years ago. Huh? 4,000. Look at Chris. Chris says, I'm ready to learn. Right? So this book uses fictional fables, parables, set in ancient Babylon to teach financial literacy. But the core lessons are drawn from universal truths about money that still exists today. So everything we're about to learn that they were talking about 4,000 years ago is shit that we're still having to go through today. 4,000 years later. It's crazy talk. Just saying. Crazy talk. All right, so number one, pay yourself first. Miss Anya, what is the first thing that I do anytime I make money? What's the first thing I do? Now, Miss Anya will tell you exactly what it is that I do. So the first example is Arkad, which is the main character in the book, began saving just 10% of all he earned, no matter how little. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I told you, when I used to sleep in my car, I would work at temp services, right? And I would always save 10% of my income, no matter how much it was. So if I only made $50 that day or $80, I would save $5 or $8, right? Now with that book, I would invest that book or that money into a book, right? Now at that time, I didn't understand that saving that money was to keep it for myself. I didn't understand that until later, but that's how I amassed such a huge influx of books that I have, is because I would pay myself and then I would go buy a book. I was sleeping in my car, so what else am I gonna do, right? So that's what I did. Like no matter how much it was, That's what I did every single time. And then I would go to thrift. What is that? Family Thrift or Thrift World over in South Omaha, because they would have books over there for 10 cents, 25 cents per book. So I would buy boxes of books and just have them in my car reading all the time. Right. So example two, a modern worker only puts away $1 out of 10, and then they watch that money grow. And sometimes what a lot of us don't understand is that compound interest, and again, we're going to talk about that a lot today, is when you pay yourself first, you got to remember the government takes money out of your checks before you get it. You ever wonder why they do that? Because they know that if they left it up to you to pay them, you're going to tell them to go fuck themselves. You're going to be like, oh, what am I paying you for again? What do you mean the roads? You talking about the one that just busted my ball joint in my car? You talking about the one that just flattened my tire? You talking about the one that just broke my axle? Those roads? See what I'm saying? So sometimes that is the reason why, one of the reasons why the government takes your money before you even see it. Because it wasn't always like that. Actually, back in the day, I think it was like once a year, you'd have to write out a check and send it to the government. But I think it was like during war, and the money wasn't coming in fast enough, so they were like, "Listen, we'll just start taking it out of your check before you even get it, so you don't have to send it. And then once a year, we'll give you the rest back if we took too much, which then turns to you owing them more money." So anyway, so the question is, am I paying myself first or am I only paying my bills? Most people usually, I'm gonna tell you what we do, and tell me if this is what y'all do. You get paid, you pay your bills, you pay everything else, and then you keep whatever's left over. Is that what y'all do? Say yes or no. You get paid, you pay your bills, and then you pay everything else. I mean, you pay your bills and you keep whatever's left over. Yes or no? Tell me, is that what you guys do? Okay, Christopher said yes. So he gets paid, okay? He gets paid first. Jennifer said yes. So they get paid first, they pay their bills, they keep whatever's left over. Even Tamiko said, oh shit, even Jer Bear said yes. Okay, so we got a few yeses, right? I do not do this. Like, I do not do that at all. As you said, I have very little left over. Correct. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that you would. So the reality is that wealth begins with the habit of keeping part of. Hold on, let me move that around. Keeping part of all that you earn. So if you get a check for $1,200, $1,200, you have to take something. I don't get listen. I usually do about 10 to 20% every time I get paid. 10 to 20%. I take that for myself. Before bills come out, before I borrow money to somebody else, before I go pay for this and the other, before I pay my bills, I pay me first. Period. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Right. As soon as that money hits my account, automatically, if it's 1,300, if it's 3,000, if it's I don't give two shits what it is, take out 10% and put it somewhere else. That's yours. You don't think the government does that to you? They don't give two shits what you got going on. Give me my money. And if you don't give it to them, they'll stick a gun in your face and put you in a cage. That's fact. Fact. Right? Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Stop playing with that shit. Pay yourself first. And if you can't do 10%, cool. Do 5. Do 5. It ain't gotta be, it doesn't that. So if you make $1,000 and you can't save that 10%, you can't save 100, or you can't save that 20%, which is 200. You can only save 5%, which is $50. That $50 is yours. You don't loan that shit out. You don't borrow it out to people. You keep that somewhere else. Keep it somewhere else. Get another account, put it in there. Matter of fact, go get a safety deposit box, stick it in there. You see, or create a Acorns account or something like that. Put it somewhere outside of where you usually keep your money at. You'll thank me later. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next one. All right, number 2, stop spending money on stuff you don't need. Right? So number 1, people confuse wants with needs and they live paycheck to paycheck. I'm gonna read that again. People confuse wants they're people confuse wants with needs and live paycheck to paycheck. Most of the shit that we buy, we don't need it. We just be having it just to have it. A young man earning double his peers still ends up being broke at the end of the month. By show of hands, say aye. How many of y'all know somebody who makes more money than God and still broke his shit? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But how many of y'all know somebody who makes a lot of money, but it's always broke? Let's say they make more money than you, but they're always broke. Say aye. How many of y'all know somebody like that? Who make way more money than you and's broke constantly? Here, I'll go first. I know several people like that. Several people like that. I knew a chick who was making she was making $25,000 a month. $25,000 a month and still don't have shit to show for it. Nothing. Nothing. And I know several people that were like that. You know what I'm saying? Chick was out here buying $5,000 watches and all kind. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I hope you doing more than what we doing here. No, I mean the money's just gonna keep coming. Okay. Okay. What did Christopher say? Once lived with 2 other guys in college. One roommate made $800 to $1,000. Third made $3,000 a month, 200 bills, and he was the one who struggled paying to pay his bills. Yeah, and we'll talk about why in a minute, right? So the question is, am I spending by habit or by priority? Am I spending by habit or priority? You see what I'm saying? I got money, but like I stopped looking at shoes all the time because I don't really need them. You know, I wear a pair of Skechers. It was like $70 for these shoes. They're very comfortable, very durable, and if I'm messing them up, I'll just go get some more. Skechers. I got 23 pair of Jordans in my closet. Shit you not, never wore. I have probably 70 pair of shoes that I've never wore, just in the boxes. 70. Never wore 'em. I spent all that money for fucking what? For what? The one thing that I consistently do, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm an addict, is buying my books. But even with that, the more that I buy, the more that I've been giving away. The more that I buy, the more I give away. She said I have a lot of yeah. I'm just saying, man. And I think that we all do. We all have something that just makes us feel good to have, don't we? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that per se, as long as we're doing it within reason. Within reason. Shit, what's Little Wayne once said? It ain't tricking if you got it. But I know a lot of tricks though who don't got it. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? I know a lot of tricks who ain't got it. They look like they do, they smell like they do, but they don't got it, right? And these are the same type of people that if you ask, let me ask you, man, if how many people do you know that will loan you? And matter of fact, I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to think about this before we move to the next thing. How many of you right now, and I'm really asking, just say yes or no. How many of you right now know somebody that if you needed $10,000, no questions asked, they would give it to you right now today? I'm really asking. How many of you know somebody right now that if you needed $10,000, no questions asked, they'd give it to you today? 10,000, no questions asked. Rebecca said no. Christopher said I don't. Miss Renita said no. $10,000, no questions asked. So all I'm saying is that Tamiko says no. Tamiko says no. So Jerry said, I'm not sure. I ain't mad at you, bro. Right? But all I'm saying is that sometimes, man, we have to be cognitively aware of the people that we keep around us as well. Are those people even real? That you could call a person and ask them for $10,000, no questions asked, they just give it to you? Yes, because I know several. Matter of fact, I don't just know several. I had one on here um that some stuff happened with me, and it wasn't actually 10,000. It was like $5,000. It was somewhere around, yeah, it was like 5 grand or something like that. And she actually offered like, hey, I can loan you this, but I was like, listen, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to get it back to you. She's like, dude, don't even trip, because if I needed it, you give it to me. You handed me that stack. I had it for maybe 2-3 months. Gave every red cent back. You know what I'm saying? So like no, and she wasn't the only one that not only had the money, but the only one that would hand it to me, no questions asked, because I got a solid ass character. That's why. And my word fucking means something. That's why. If I tell you if I know if I'm gonna get it back to you when, then I'm gonna let you know that. Right? But like here's the thing. You know when you owe somebody, if somebody owe you money, for some reason there's not a lot of conversation after that. After you gave it to them, it's like they kind of go ghost on you a little bit. And then y'all talk every so often, but you know, you know, they kind of around. Kind of like that. Listen, I'm telling listen, she will tell you. I was on the phone with her constantly. Hey, what's going on? I haven't gotten paid yet, but I'm just letting you know, hey, this is what's going on. She's like, Fearless, dude, I already know. You just told me 2 days ago. Like, yeah. And then it's so funny because that's when we got those stimulus checks. Man, I hit her up like, hey, was you? I blew her phone up so much. She's like, dude, is something okay? I'm like, yeah. I got some money. I wanted to slide it over to you. She's like, bro, you could have just waited. I'm like, yeah, I know. But no, I don't like playing like that. If I owe you, I want to make sure you get that shit. That's just me though. Not everybody's like that. Some people just gonna go ghost on you or just not pay the shit. Like in general. If I owe, I'm paying off tops. Right? But I still gave it back to her. And again, if I ever need any help again, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Her and other people like that will just give to me because I'm gonna make sure you get it back. Right? But she also did well now she's spending money on dumb shit. At the time she wasn't really like that. Right? And then eventually I became somebody that could do something like that. Not now so much, but before I was. Right, all right. So hold on. They'll give us a place to stay, they'll feed us, they'll do whatever needs to be done. But the people here just don't have the money. Yeah, that part. Sometimes you don't. Most people around here they ain't even got $10. Yeah? That happens, man. All right, so reality is expenses rise to meet income unless you discipline them. Expenses rise to meet your income. The house I live in right now is 1620. So I pay $1,620 to live in the house that I live in right now. That is also uh all all utilities included. So 1620 is what I pay to live here. All utilities included. People ask me all the time, dude, you ever gonna leave? Fuck no. I mean, I probably will eventually, yes. But what do I need to leave for? Live within your means. Honestly, I'd rather make a crap ton more and stay exactly where I'm at. I don't need to go nowhere. I love where I live. She said we give love when the bank account is empty. Yeah, that part that happens. All right, so here number 3. Okay, make your money work while you sleep. Now, I have investments, and investments do pretty well for the most part, but I damn. Is that a month, Rebecca? Is that a month? Shit, I pay more in my rent than you make it your job. God damn. What? That's crazy. Okay. But wow. Wow. Do you work full time? Or you just work like a couple hours a day or something? All right, so anyway, so Arkad invested wisely and let his money work while he slept. Yes, sir, full time. God damn. Yo, we're gonna have to figure something else out with that. That's fucking crazy. All right, so the second example is compound interest turns small savings into a long-term wealth. Long-term wealth. So here's the thing: even if you don't have your money in certain investments or this and that, because some of y'all may not be able to invest like that by no means. But what you can do is, like I told you before. What are we doing? What are you doing? Get some. But what we can do is we could take 5 to 10% of what we make and just put it aside. So if you only make 1,200 a month, what is that? That's 120. Take $60 and just put it off the side. That's 5% of your monthly gross. You know what I'm saying? Just put something aside and don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Within that year's time or whatever, that little $60 done turned into, what is that? 60 times 12, $720. You know what I'm saying? That's $720 that you didn't have before. If Jerry were to do the same thing, just take $60 and put it off somewhere else, that's $1,480, $40. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, I'm just saying. Like, we could do something. Even if it's not big, I'm telling you, it feels amazing just to put a little bit aside. And I'm not talking about for a rainy day. Now, that shit's different. I'm talking about that's your money for waking up in the morning, getting them kids ready, getting yelled at by somebody, traffic, being in a bad mood. You should pay yourself for all that. Pay yourself. So, is your money sitting or is it serving a purpose? Right? In serving a purpose, we could be talking about maybe starting up a little business or something like that. If you guys already have, um, if you guys already do have chickens and stuff like that, they produce eggs. I imagine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've met a couple people around that are going around buying eggs from people and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying there's something that we could be doing if that's what your objective is. I don't know. I'm just saying you can take that little $60 and turn it into maybe 120. Put a little bit aside, flip that as well. So again, it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be small, very small. You know what I'm saying? But we can do something. That's my point. That's my point. I mean, right. You know? I mean, she can keep selling a couple dozens of eggs. Shit. I'm just saying. Right? So money that idles dies. So if you just put it somewhere and you're not doing anything with it, it's not really gonna do anything one way or the other. But at the same time, keeping it in the bank ain't gonna do much either. They give you what, like 1% a month or some weird shit like that. Like, unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your bank account, which I don't know why a person would do that, you're not going to make a lot of money off the interest. The bank's job is not to pay you interest. Your job is to pay them interest. But again, that's a totally different story or whatever. But, we can save a little bit of something. So let me ask you guys, can we just save 5%? Can we make a commitment to just save 5% of whatever hits your account, put it up? 5%. I'm not telling you to do 10. I'm not telling you to do like I do. I do 20. When I'm doing financially great, I'll do like 30 to 40 off top. No joke. Right? But can you guys at least put 5% away? Okay, that's it. That's all we're doing. We're not doing 10. We're not doing 15. We're not doing 20, 25, 30, 40. No, 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 no. 5%. 5. We can do 5. Let's say you, Rebecca, can we do 5? Let's say you, Jerry Bear, can we do 5? What about you, Tamiko? Can we do 5? Can we do 5%? That's it. Just 5%. That's all I'm asking. Just put that away. Thank you, Jennifer. Just put it away. Put it away. We're gonna be here for at least another 30 days, right? So at the end of that 30 days, I'm gonna ask you guys again, where are you guys at with your 5%? Did you put it up? And it may not be a lot. It's okay. Just start. Even if it's literally a couple bucks, That's your fucking money. Okay? Your money. Do not borrow that out to nobody. That's yours. The government ain't gonna borrow it out to people. Okay? That's your money. 5%. That's yours. Now, the more money you start to make, then you can branch into 10%, then 15 and 20, if that's what you want to do. But right now, I'm just telling you, put in 5%. That's it. And put it somewhere other than your money is. Because I don't want that money getting mixed in with that money. Okay? Good. All right. So, fun fact time. All right. So, the central idea is, like we just said, pay yourself first. That's the central idea of his book, in general, which is to pay yourself first. The foundational principle is to save at least 10%. You guys are doing 5. Okay. So to save at least 10% of everything that you earn before paying bills, paying debt, or other expenses. This simple habit is a seed of all wealth building. Y'all want to learn how these motherfuckers do it? Put your money aside. Just saying, put it aside. Not everything, just a certain percentage. The book talks about, I think the book does say 10%. Me, I like I said, I do 20. That's what I do. Y'all, but I could do that. Right now, y'all may not be able to. So just do 5. If you were broke as shit, I would tell you to do 1. Do something. And again, if you couldn't do 1%, I would tell you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You should start selling drugs. Or at least go find another job. I mean, something. I'm just saying. You gotta do something. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Do something. You gotta do something. Hold on, please. That's all. Right. I mean, please don't sell drugs because I don't want people getting mad at me because you out here, you know what I'm saying, doing the most and shit. Restarting The Wire again, which I love that show, favorite show. Please don't do that. I mean, just go do something else. Anything else. Because if you can't save at least 1% or 5, you gotta go do something different. You gotta pick up stealing or something. I'm just saying, goddamn. Right? But either way, we're gonna get you through it. Okay? I'm not gonna be broke with you, but I will give you nothing but ideas. That is the one thing I will give you all day long. Ideas. I will help you come up with all kind of different ideas to do something to generate a little bit extra income. Okay? Just so we can put some money aside. Okay? As you heard, I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you that I'm gonna help y'all save millions of dollars and I'm gonna help y'all make $10,000. Which, if you're interested in something like that, matter of fact, we ain't even gotta wait. I'll tell you what to do. Go. Here's the thing. I don't care what job it is. Somebody at that job makes $10,000 or over. Somebody does. Your job is to figure out, number 1, who it is, and number 2, what job do they have and how do they do it? Who, what, where, when, why, how. That's your job. So go figure that out. I just told you exactly what to go do if you want to make a little bit extra income. Who, what, where, when, why, how. There you go. Go do it. If you need my help, you know where to find me. All right, number 4. Don't fall for dumbass investments. A man invested with a brick maker on a jewelry scheme and lost everything. I'm going to say that again. A man invested with a brick maker on a jewelry scheme and lost everything. People chase too good to be true and get burned in these scams. You guys remember that whole Bernie Madoff? Show of hands if y'all remember Bernie Madoff and that whole Ponzi scheme. How he lost all them people's money. And the sad thing about him is that he was already a million. That dude was already a multimillionaire before he was doing all that. Before he was doing it. People in New York knew what that dude was doing. It wasn't like they didn't know. They knew what he was doing. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Everybody wanted to just keep investing with this guy. Not everybody in New York lost their money. Not everybody else was looking for that too good to be true scam shit. And that's the reason why so many people lost out. Millions gone. Gone. And this dude was already a millionaire. He didn't have to do all that. Put his whole entire family at risk for what? But again, I've done some dumb shit too, even having money. So I'm not judging by no means. I'm just saying sometimes we do dumbass things for dumbass reasons. Okay. So the question I'm asking you guys, am I seeking wisdom before risk? If you invest in something, make sure you've done a little bit of research in what you're doing. Network marketing companies are infamous for this. They'll sit and blow your head up and tell you that, man, that it's very much possible to make this amount of money. And if you notice, I said it's very much possible to make this type of money. It's not that you're going to make this, it's possible to do it. As long as you get your friends, family, and well, and coworkers involved in what you got going on, it's very much possible to make this type of money. All you have to do is write out a list of all your family and friends, and then we're going to call them together. You know what I mean? How many of us have failed for that before? And if you haven't fallen for it, it probably means your ass was the one calling people. Were you not? I'm just saying, let's be honest. How many of us have fallen for some network marketing stuff? I know I have. I still participate. I don't sell their products, but I use some of it very much. Yes, I do. I very much do. Chris and Anya said, yep. What about you, Jerry? What about you, Tamika? I don't know if you're still with us. Oh, hey, Renita. Renita even said yes, right? So we got to be careful about that. The reality is that the first rule of wealth is not growth, but protection. What good is growing your shit if somebody's going to take it from you? What good is growing your stuff if you just going to hand it off to somebody? You see what I'm saying? You better be getting your money. You better figure out a way to make some type of intrinsic value for what you're paying for. Because a lot of us don't. All right, we think that it's too good to be true. Then you throw your money in it, and then you fucked. You see what I'm saying? You fucked. Then what do you got? I was watching this dude talk about investing in You were talking about selling these high priced ticket items for coaching. I was like, man, that's cool. But yet, instead, you have no idea what this man actually does. You have no idea who he's actually helped. You know what I'm saying? You can't see what that man does. I got 67 videos to tell you exactly who I am or what I do. Every training I have is already on here. And we create them as we go. So you see my value from day one. There's not many people that are going to be like, hey, I'm going to coach y'all for free. I'm going to train y'all for free. I'm going to do live Q&A for free. Live. Ain't none of these things recorded. Once they're up, we push them out, don't we? That's what we do. Come on now. All right, number 5. Turn your home into an asset. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of the things that he talked about. I personally disagree with it. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. So, Arkad uh, taught that ownership, that home ownership, builds stability and self respect. Number 2, renting forever can drain wealth without building equity. I know 3 millionaires that rent. 3 millionaires that rent. Matter of fact, if you saw their house, you wouldn't even believe that they were even financially wealthy the way that they are. You'd have no idea. 3 of them that rent. Think about that. 3 millionaires who rent their houses. They got more than enough money to buy them, but they rent. I get it. Totally understand. I totally understand. Right? I know people that own their house. Wonderful. Good job. I'm not talking shit or nothing. I, right now, I'm good. Or whatever. Like I like where I live. Love it. Actually. Love where I live. Until I can have that acres of land that I want. I'm cool. I just do this. Because when I move, I want to make sure that I have like a few acreages of land. A few. I mean, I want to go shooting when I want. I want to have a big, beautiful bonfire whenever I want. Like that's good living for me. I can see this going outside on the deck while it's a beautiful night out, or even if it's snowing. I've seen houses like that, but a lot of them didn't have the acreage. I want acreage. I'm getting a little older, so I've been kind of thinking about going hiking a little bit more. You know, it's something I've never really even thought about doing till I was in my now, late 40s, man. Now I want to start doing those things. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me though. I don't know. You guys. Oh, she asked the question. Why do they rent? The reason why they rent is because number one, um, when you rent, it's somebody else's responsibility if anything breaks down. Just because they have the money does not mean that they actually want to consistently pay for wear and tear all the time. Hence, um, I make quite a bit of money per month. Quite a bit. I can afford any house. I pay $1,620 here. I can easily pay double that and have no problem doing so. Right? Still keep my lifestyle exactly the way that it is. I'm good on that. So and I'm nowhere near where Mark is or the other guys, right? Nowhere near. And even he pays 2,800 for rent. It's like, no, I'm good. No. So look, I want you to think about it like this, Tamiko. So it's not the fact that of the house. It's not that they wouldn't buy the house or a house. It's that if they buy one, they would rather do it where it's such a small percentage of their um their money that if they had 25 million and the house was 800,000 or whatever, that 25 million just with the interest alone would pay for that house. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that they wouldn't, it's just that they're like, nah, there's no reason to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like I said, I know 3 millionaires that all rent. They all do. And then not only that though, but they also don't like having to feel that like this is mine. So then it's all upkeep. I have to pay for this. I got to pay for that. This and the other. They don't like thinking about all that. You don't. Not whatsoever. And then whenever they want to move, they can just up and go somewhere else. They don't have to consider. Think about it. If you live in that house, well, even if you paid it off, now you got to go through all the stuff of selling it and all that. No, no, no. They ain't trying to do all that. They're just trying to get to the place, live there, and maybe they want to go move somewhere else, and then they just go somewhere else. I mean, think about somebody like Warren. I mean, Warren's company owns. Well, it's not his company anymore, but uh, Brookshire and Hathaway owns fucking everything. But he himself doesn't own a bunch of places. Well, he does, but not like that. He owns one house here in Omaha. That's his house. Now he owns other places in other situations, but why would you want to own? You know what I'm saying? He's had that same house forever. That house has been paid off, you know what I'm saying, forever now. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people, again, we keep thinking, oh man, I would love to have my own house. I would love that. Why? When I talk about housing, I talk about acreage. I could build the house on top of that. I just want the land. You see what I'm saying? The nobody listen. No one gives a fuck about the house. Matter of fact, if you ever watched that movie, what was that movie called? Ray Kroc or Crocker, whatever that movie about McDonald's. When that guy told him, he said, "You're not in the fast food industry. You're not in the food industry. You're in the real estate industry." He said, "What you want to do is you want to own the land that the McDonald's sits on. Who gives a shit about what's on top of it? As long as you own the bottom, you own the foundation. That's what you want to own." Think about it. That's all I talk about is acreage, land. Give a fuck about the house. I could build a shack on top of that. Enjoy that. As long as we got water, electricity, and internet, who cares? Maybe like a little bunker or some shit like that. Could care less. Give me the bare minimum. That's just me though, right? So, is my living situation helping or hurting my future? And I know a lot. My friend, that one that loaned me that 5 racks, she pays third. She built her house from the ground up over in Papillion when they was building all them houses. Her house is for almost $500,000, fully handicap accessible and everything. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, like a 3-car garage, big beautiful backyard. I mean, like I love her house. Beautiful, beautiful. Every time I'm around there, All I see is another neighbor, another neighbor, another neighbor, another neighbor. No, I'm good on that shit. No, thank you. Mm-mm, not for me. I don't want neighbors. I just want to. If I listen, if I have to have a neighbor, I'd rather than be like a couple acres to the left. Rather, I wouldn't mind them being a couple miles away from me. Matter of fact, when I go on my daily walks, I'll walk to the house, go to go hang out with them, or ride my bike to the house, ride back home to go get something else. That's what I would do. But I'd rather just be out in the country by myself, me and my baby, and then y'all are more than welcome to come hang out with me. Right? Okay. So reality is a wise home becomes both a shelter and a strategy. Like I said, I don't necessarily agree. What do you guys think about that? Let me ask you. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that owning a house is better than renting? Like I don't know. What do y'all think? That's just what I'm where I come from on that. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm right or wrong. It's just my personal prerogative. No, I wouldn't say prerogative. It's just my personal feeling on it. Yeah, and I love that, Jerry. That's real. I love. I would go ahead, sweetie. I love that idea. Just being out and about by myself. Right, right, right. No. I agree. I 100% agree. I think everything's gonna have pros and cons. But again, for me, like it's just the land. For me, it is. For me, it is. I have both pros and cons of renting response. Not responsible for repairs, buying, but I can also do whatever I want in my opinion. So, correct. Yeah. No. Very much so. Very much. Yep. I totally understand that. Right. And some places will let you spruce up the place if you want to. You know. All right, here let's hurry it up on here. Okay, so plan for the day. Plan for the day that you cannot work. Okay, this is again those 7 lessons in the Richest Man in Babylon. The wise man saves for old age when labor ceases. That basically means that one day you're gonna stop working. You're not gonna work every day. At some point, you're gonna have to stop. Okay. So number two, insurance and investment protect the family in its future, right? So insurance and investments, right? What kind of investments are we looking at? What type of insurances do we have, especially if there's a loss of wage or something like that? There's insurances that cover stuff like that, right? But I'll tell you that the greatest insurance that you will ever have, the greatest investment you will ever make is that in yourself. Because there ain't, I'm just saying, invest in you. That's all I'm saying, right? So question is, what happens if I can no longer earn? If you can't do what you're doing right now, what does that mean? How does that gonna work for you? Right? I don't know how that's gonna work. Just maybe something to think about, okay? All right, so the wealthy prepare for tomorrow while others only survive today. And we just talked about survival yesterday, didn't we? Good night, son. Y'all see what I'm saying? The wealthy prepare for tomorrow while others just they only thinking about today. That's it. I got a 50-year plan. And I know I ain't gonna be here for it. Still got one. Just in case I am. Okay? All right. All right. So fun fact, it warns against financial ignorance. That part there. And risky decisions. The book teaches that guarding your gold, because that's what they used at that time, or money is more important than chasing profits. So guarding, keeping what you got, protecting what you have is more honorable than going out and chasing more. Investing without wisdom leads to loss. Protect before you grow. Okay, we already kind of talked about that, so you already know. The last one is get better so you can earn more. Arkad read, studied, and learned from the masters of the trade. Why do y'all think I love to read so much? Because I love having a difference of opinion. I love understanding people's perspectives other than my own. I'm about to read this book and get it for you. I'm about to read this book. It's called The Bible Says So, right? This book is, I think the guy is a Mormon or whatever, but he talks about a bunch of different stuff that's in the Bible, things that are not in the Bible. I'm not a Christian at all. We've already discussed that. Y'all know that. But it still doesn't mean that I don't love a good story and that I don't love certain things in the Bible. Love it. Great book. But this one talks about a little bit more, goes into a little bit more depth than that one does or whatever. So I can't wait to dig into this, right? Why am I going to read a book if I'm not a Christian? Doesn't fucking matter. First and foremost, I talk to Christians all the time. I know their Bible better than they do. Fact. I've read the thing multiple times. But even though I've read that book so many times, there's still things in it that I don't know. So read something that I didn't know before. You know what I'm saying? Like I love reading. I love theology, philosophy, anything that anything that makes us think a little bit more. I love that. It's my favorite thing to do. I love to think. I love to ask questions. I love to ask people, did you know about this thing over here? Right? Yeah, I love to think. Okay. But I also like to learn about money as well. Right? That's why I have mentors that do all kinds of other stuff other than what I do. Remember when I told you guys you are you are the average of the 5 people that you're around most? How many millionaires did I tell you that I know that rent? I'm gonna see if y'all listening. I want to see if y'all was listening to me. How many? Who's the first that could tell me? How many millionaires did I tell you that I know that rent? How many? Yes, sir. 3. Told you I know 3 millionaires that rent houses. 3. Now I didn't tell you how many millionaires I knew. I just told you the ones that rent. 3. The other 4, them motherfuckers own all kinds of different stuff. I didn't even want to bring them up, but I said I know 3 millionaires who rent, right? So if I'm hanging out with them and we know each other, and what did I tell you? If I know somebody that if I needed $10,000, no questions asked, to just give it. Again, I make sure that I keep myself surrounded by people that are financially better than me, that are mentally better than me, that are physically better than me, that are emotionally better than me, and educationally better than me. Because I need something. I need people around me to ascribe to. Right? Now, they will tell you, I don't put none of these assholes on pedestals. By no means. I will get in their asses quicker than anybody. Anybody. And I think that because of that, that's why they mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Because accountability, I don't care how much money you make, bitch. You you're you just because you make more than me don't mean you better. Bitch, I'll talk about you and your wife to your face. Homie, we not playing that. Jokingly. But that's how we joke around though. But again, that's what we do. Right? So I mean, with you guys, I do the coaching thing. With them, so do I do the same thing. I do the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Modern workers invest in courses and mentorships to grow their value. That's how I grow mine. Why you think I'm doing this for 100 days? No money. Because I love what I do. What I tell you, the money will come later. I'm not worried about the money. That will come later. Right now, I want to give you nothing but I want to I want to give you results. I want to give you the best that I have to give you. The best of it all. I want to give you so much that when you go to bed at night, it's like, dude, thank fucking God. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Right? That's how much information I'm trying to give you. Okay. All right. So, question, and then we'll go on to I think we're done. Am I sharpening my skills or coasting on comfort? That's something you guys got to remember. Am I sharpening my skills? Rebecca, I've been around you several times, and you're a very intelligent individual. Like, I mean, just talking to you or whatever, the times that we've talked and everything that Jerry said about you, you know, we we'll figure something else out. A, a tandem to what you're doing. We'll have to. We'll gotta figure out something, right? Because I'm just saying, like, but again, I think you're already in school. You have to go back to school, so never mind. Okay, got you. Okay, so reality is your income can outgrow your mindset. I'm gonna say that one more time. Your income cannot outgrow your mindset. A man once told me, actually, one of my friends told me that if you looked at how many books you read and you compared that to your income, that's probably where your income's going to be. He said, Fearless, I have absolutely no doubt at all that you will become a multimillionaire like us. Because he's like, some of the stuff that you've taught me is insurmountable. And the fact that I won't take their money, I told them I'll make this on my own. Nope. Same thing I told y'all too, right? Told you, if you started with me, I will never charge you anything. You may have to wait aside of a little bit, but I got you. Same thing I told them. Same exact thing. My money will come. Not even worry about it. My job is just to give you the information. Okay. All right. So with that said, here is your cheat sheet for the evening. Thank you, Christopher. All right. Okay, Anya. Okay, so here's your thing. So, which one of these did you guys like the most? Which one did you say, you know what? I'm going to use that shit? It could be all if you want. But did you guys like any one particular than the other one? Mm. Oh, shit. God damn, Jerry. Jerry said, oh, Miss Angie said all. Chris said 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 4. Okay. Don't fall for dumb investments. That's funny. Tamiko said 1 and 4. Hey, Tamiko's still with us. What's up, girl? All right, so she said 1 and 4. Damn. Okay, pay yourself first. Everybody agrees with pay yourself first. At least. Okay, perfect. I love that. That works. I love it. All right, guys, it's a little bit after 10 o'clock. I kept you guys 4 minutes too long. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Again, my name is Fearless Cummings. Oh, she said 1, 2. Oh, yeah, stop spending money on dumb shit. Yeah, I would. Just saying. But all right, people, I will see you guys tomorrow night. Get some rest, sleep well, and like I always tell you, dream big. See you tomorrow.